Hey everybody, before we get started, I do have a small message from one of our fellow podcasters.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
Turn your dial to find the frequency of the past.
Captain Midnight.
Where the classic stories of mysteries, sci-fi, thrillers, and suspense are found waiting to be heard once again.
Another case for Nick Carter, Master Detective.
You'll find a variety of those stories here, in their original form, where each episode takes you to another place or time.
The Man of Bronze. Doc Savage.
But only when you find the mystery frequency. Available everywhere.
The shadow knows.
So if you get a chance, give them a listen. Thank you very much, and back to our show. Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Campaign Stories. This is Jeff, your GM and narrator, and we are doing Day Off episodes. Today's Day Off is with Mav.
Hey, I'm Mav, and I play your favorite android, Dosh.
And let's get that lightsaber check.
All right. Dun, dun, dun. 4 out of 1. Thank God.
You've already paid off that debt.
Yeah, I don't want another one. I already got one hole in my chest. I don't need two.
In the wake of the return to the Arferi district, after returning the swords to the, well, once king, now council member, what does Dosh do with this week off?
Yeah. Checking my notes here if I have their names. I figured I would go back to the 2 doctors I saw that were like,
Oh, the paradox?
yeah, to try to get my hole replaced.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I still, I don't know how far we are from being in our ferry, how far we are from the docks.
They're back in the downtown area, so 4 to 5 hour drive.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take the light rail down, be down in a few hours.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't think there'd be this kind of services, especially with the state our ferry is currently in.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to walk around with bits of me dangling out of a hole in my sternum.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, I can make it work, and they were kind and kept things on the DL last time I went to see them, so.
While everybody is doing their own thing to catch the rails down and head into Dusk Banter proper, into the downtown area. Their shop looks a little bit more fancy, a little bit more spruced up with what happened to you guys not too long ago with Typh executing a lot of the Justicari. They seem to be less on the down low in presenting what their business is.
I mean, makes sense. If they're not worried about their patients being rounded up and shot, then they're more able to freely open a service.
As you approach and enter, it's a pretty slow day. There's another android in here currently getting some body work done.
Oh, so he's getting like his chassis like painted?
Yeah. Kind of
man.
painted and repaired, using lasers to kind of etch in, give it a fun wave pattern effect up on the sides and back.
So these guys are kind of like, in some countries you have to have like a doctorate to do tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of similar. Like they do medical, but they also will dye your chassis for you.
Yeah, and docs would. You didn't have forearms last time you came in, right?
I don't think I did.
And you're a bit taller, so
I think I came in. I had them put on my big legs. I think so.
That's
I would actually
right.
be shorter than, and I had them. They also did my stomach, where they made it so I could eat food.
Yes. They turned on your sensory inputs.
Yeah.
But yeah, docs would. Oh, Dosh, it's been a few months.
Yeah, I'm surprised you remembered. Great to see you, Doxed.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of Dosh models in here, and especially not ones that we have to put the legs on. Please take a seat.
Oh yeah. Don't rush on my account. Take time. I'm just here getting some routine maintenance.
Yeah, Doc said would be finishing up the wave pattern on the underarm and look over and give a nod. Would say, yeah, we got about another hour left on this. The android there would wave and hello.
Yeah. I say, looking good, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. They would catch up with you, right? As kind of the tattoo artist, the pedicure place, the style of kind of feel here as they find out what's been going on. How are you enjoying smelling, tasting? What happened to legs we put on? Why do you have more arms? Oh my God, did you hear?
Yeah, I'd kind of do a gloss over the specifics or the gory details, but kind of tell them what's happened.
Yeah, all three of them you'd catch them all three stopping what they're doing to listen.
At the end, I'd be like, oh yeah, and then I ended up in a duel and had this happen, and like open up my, like, I have like a vest to show the hole in my chest.
Doc said would definitely, oh my. The android being worked on would, goodness, I don't think I'd still be moving after that.
I'm sure you'd surprise yourself.
Docs would now head into the back to get a lot more supplies than they thought they would need.
Yeah, I'm going over my notes from my last visit here, and that's when I went into Tower Optics and ran into Neil Primero, who was my handler. I don't know if I want to go in there if I have guys trying to hunt me down. Maybe when this other android leaves, I'll ask them about what they can tell me more about these Dosh models.
The other android, then, as they finish up, you'll hear them talking with Doxid as they, oh, thank you so much. Your work is fabulous as always. I'll be sending over some of the other dancers soon. And Doxid, oh, thank you, of course, appreciate it. And they'll trade credits back before this android 9 AI will head out. And Dox will lock the door and kind of flip the sign. All right, let's take a look and see what you did to yourself. So you got into a duel. What gun did you use?
A cane, I say.
Yeah, they'll share a look of, yeah.
I'll say, listen, it ended in a tie.
Doxid right now is making the chassis part that's supposed to go over this, as Dox is looking on the inside of where to start doing the repairs, as they'll, this is very much a privilege androids have, because I don't think a human gets to do this and call it a tie.
That is true. One of the few perks of being an android.
You seem to have been out for a while. I don't know if you've noticed the Bodax have gotten more aggressive, that the downtown gangs at least have picked up, so do be careful out there.
Any reason specifically?
We'd assume it's in response to the Seekers trying to crack down. With the Justicari removed, the Amon Protectorate has increased their grasp of power, curfews and whatnot, which affects everybody, not just androids, but it does mean that the pushback is coming from a lot of different places.
Understandable. You can't replace one boot for another and expect it to go well.
No, that's very true. And Doxid am I getting the reading right on this? Barry?
Yeah. I said back when the Justicari were running around, a fellow android lent me his ID chip.
Oh, that's very nice of him.
Yeah, I should probably return that. By the way, what else can you tell me about Dosh models?
Yeah, Docs would look up at you and, well, I should be able to tell a little bit more. And I mean, not that we would have been this invasive before, but since the hole's already here, if you don't mind, I'll take a look, a little deeper look.
Yeah, definitely.
As they're working on the inside there, you'll get a very odd pressure feeling on the inside of your body as they seem to tap against something. Docs would pull it up on a screen, would be able to show you. It appears that all of your circuitry is connected to this, and we'll show you kind of a about grapefruit-sized blue sphere that reflects black light, like one of those balls that jugglers use that is so see-through that you can't see it moving.
Oh yeah, one of the ones that like they do little tricks where they make it balance. Yeah, and my mom bought me one of those ones.
So this is odd. Standard kind of Android cores are built a little bit different. This appears to be, I guess, a replaceable core. This is you, and they'll tap on the side of it. And then this is your chassis, your suit, your Dosh suit.
I'll make note of where it's located on my body for future fights.
Yeah, it looks like it's right about your solar plexus, like right at the base of your neck.
Yeah.
Doxid would be able to show you kind of themselves as they open up theirs, and the wider kind of spread out means that I'm bound to this body. If you remove this, I would die.
So theirs is integrated into the whole system, where mine seems to be designed in a way that it can be removed.
Correct.
Interesting. Does it look like it's designed in a way that I could remove it, or I would definitely need someone else to do it?
Doc's here poking around. Looks like you should be able to remove it. It doesn't look like it was put in here cleanly. It looks like it was jammed in here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's some broken parts around the outside edges here that I can reach and fix, and I'll take care of that while I'm here. Yeah, it does not look like this body was made for this core so much as it was forced into it.
Interesting. So Dosh does it. So looking at it, it doesn't look like the Dosh model was designed to accept this kind of core.
Correct. They're able to kind of using the cameras, they kind of show that the core like Doxid has was torn out. Like you can see claw marks or rips, and looks like this core was shoved in.
Interesting.
It's all very clumsy, very haphazard. I mean, it was done well enough to, of course, make you functioning, but you're a very odd Dosh model, Dosh.
Yeah, I'll see. Yeah, I don't have much memory. I don't recall that ever happening. I was found in a box 2 years ago.
There are still connections here that looks like they were never put in properly, but looks like they're all for external data output, like for you to broadcast.
Oh, can you explain that? Like, am I supposed to connect to a TV? Like, what's one of my... Is that the Dosh model or is that the core?
Docs looks over. I apologize. I've never seen one like this. It looks like, yeah. When I say broadcast, it reminds me of HCOM technology, like that you're supposed to be sending signals or sending information to someone.
Oh, that makes sense. I was like, I got a text saying that I was withholding information and they're sending a retrieval team. I'll say it very nonchalantly.
They'll look to each other and, what's a retrieval team? Who is sending a retrieval team?
No idea.
Oh.
But if I'm supposed to be sending them information and that got broken, don't hook that back up for me. Keep that separate.
Okay, will do. Yeah, as they continue to work, they're able to look around a bit more here, and yeah, this is... I don't think you were built by Amon or Balanced, or at least I don't think this core was.
I think Tower Optics is my creator, as far as I'm aware.
Tower Optics is that company on the northern continent, right?
Oh, I don't know anything about them. They have an office here. I went and stopped in at one point about a year ago.
Well, do be careful. That seems odd that if they're making cores that are not approved by the agreement, I would worry that they were making slaves somewhere, or making servants that have no choice. Hopefully no thought as well, so that way that it's not a tortured existence, closer to clockwork automatons. But I do worry about this.
Curious.
Yeah, Doxid are you looking to change up any colors or patterns this time?
Yeah, maybe I'll do like a gold filigree.
All right, excellent. He'll get to shaping metal, and you can see them pulling out several patterns, running a by of what would look better, what you would like. But Docs would continue kind of poking around a bit, and yeah, this is impressive. The extra arms seem to be integrated well, but I'd expect that from a Dosh model. It does look like you have spots here to be able to add more on, and your core seems to not show any signs of wear or overloading, so it looks like you do still have a lot of room for adaptability.
You got anything in mind?
If we're looking for something custom, we can definitely order out. We'll have to get the parts for it, but I mean, is there something that your profession requires that you cannot do?
Get shot in the chest and not die?
What is it? Doxit would kind of look up, and I believe since you're here, you probably already have that one on lockdown. I guess we can try to order some parts from Balanced Engineering if you need, for an Ocanthian alloy to give you a little bit more stability.
Actually, is there a way to glamour my chassis?
Oh, go for a small nanite coating so you can alter it?
Yeah, that way I can change it with my outfits as I see fit.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. That should be fairly doable. Doc said I think we should be able to repurpose some holocloak material as well as some of the quick coat technology and give you a fine nanite coating to let you kind of play around with it a bit. We'll have to install kind of a conduit for you.
Be able to control it.
And be able to pull from the constant, but I don't think that should be too much of an issue.
At this point in the world, conduits aren't ubiquitous like it is everywhere else, like it is in the future.
Mon is just starting to make them. So right now, basically just fancy people have them, rich people.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that would appeal to Dosh.
If there's something else you wanted to add, or even if you want to get that, the telebeacon so you can block people from teleporting?
That's actually what I was kind of thinking, of something like that.
And that way, in the event you guys ever do teleport later, you can go in first and...
they can teleport me in, or I can teleport them in to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Docs would... Yeah, it looks like we should be able to insert a telebeacon here if that's what you're looking for, and you'll just have to set it as you go, and we'll run the conduit past your core, and it'll be I believe you said you were in the repo business, so I guess this will make it a lot harder for people to get away from you quickly.
Yeah, I was once in the repo business, but we're still kind of. Now it says, kind of on contract with an Amon third-party group.
Oh.
I don't think for much longer, though. I don't think we fulfilled their contract to their standards.
Understandable. Very well. I would be careful with that. Amon's not the best at letting employees go easily.
Oh, yeah. No, we're pretty... Amon's contracts are pretty tight, but I have some friends who are pretty clever. We'll be all right.
Well, I'm not seeing too much more in here that stands out or looks unique. Are you ready for me to patch you up?
Oh, definitely.
Docs will get to work on that, and Doxid will be showing you the chassis that they're going to put over with the gold filigree once Docs is done.
Awesome. Yeah, you could use the gold filigree as the base for the nanite coating.
That's where it kind of like starts and spreads out from.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll insert the conduit as well as telebeacon. You'll be able to see that kind of on your internal HUD, what the password is, and it's still that move action to kind of turn it on or off.
Okay.
But you can change the password pretty much whenever you need to, whenever you hand it out to people.
I'd probably do like a rotating password too, so it's not the same every time. Like every morning when I get up, I'd probably change it to something else. Being an Android, I'd probably make it like a series of like 40 digits or something. That's like impossible to hack.
Yeah, it's 40 digits long based on the first letter of the first 40 words of like the dentist magazine you saw.
Yeah.
It'll take, of course, several hours to finish and patch this up, get that repaired, and once they're done, they'll have you, of course, pose spin around. You'll see that Doxid has gone a little extra to put in the filigree on your coating for your hands and knuckles and to complete the look, so it's not just on your back and side.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give the glamour effect a shot, as I imagine you'd see the nanite spread from the gold filigree to fill in the spaces between.
What is the standard Dosh look when not specifically in some, like, what's the default look you go to?
I don't think I would actually have like a default, really. Like, I think default would be the gold filigree without the nanites on. I would probably do a color based on whatever clothing I was wearing that day.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, once done, Dox and Doxid would gaze upon their work, and it's always fun working with these high-end models.
I'd probably be flipping through colors, like see how fast I can get it to go, and like the reaction and how fast it takes and stuff.
You can switch them pretty much as a free action, but more complex patterns take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So like it's easy to shift from like red to orange to yellow as you're walking. But if you try to take on like a plaid or more complex checker pattern, it takes like a swift action.
Yeah, for sure. Like I can't just mimic my surroundings. I have to like actively work on changing each square or whatever. Yeah, Dosh is very happy with that.
Excellent. Yeah, there's a small claps, and
you guys are done amazing work. I'm surprised you're not more busy considering your talent.
Well, you just got to get those contracts. Somebody has to find out about you, and put in a good word with somebody higher up, or somebody, maybe your Dosh friends.
Sadly, every Dosh model I meet seems to take offense at my existence. Though, what's their business name?
Oh, the name of their business? Paradox.
Paradox, that's right. Do they have a card, or?
Yeah.
I'll definitely take it and spread the good word.
Yep, they'll each hand you a card, augments and artistry.
Now that you guys are legal, I think it's about time you get your name out there.
We do appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
But they'll flip the sign back to open and kind of look out on this nice summer day, and well, let's see you in the light.
Yeah, I'll bow and head out.
They will both wave as you head off into the city. You'll see a few members that you assume are part of the G3 gang as they're sifting through a trash can across the street, watching you exit. You'll see as they a half-eaten bah hamburger in a cup that they'll empty out and fill up with water, and they will head on their way as well, heading deeper into the city, into alleys.
Is it like Like, is there a large like income disparity in the big city here?
Yeah. The closer you get to the inner city, the bigger that feels, right? Like where you guys normally stay out in the warehouse district, everyone's around the same kind of wealth level.
Yeah.
Or where you guys used to stay. But once you start getting into inner city here, you can look up and you can see the sky bridges. They kind of put everybody over like the 10th floor. Doesn't have to come down to street level to interact.
Yeah.
And you can see, of course, like lights and trees. Like they have small parks up there. You know, Hedron vehicle deliveries to there. So there's not as much interaction if they don't need to. But go ahead and give me a perception.
The red bandana group, do they is it a red bandana around their face, or is it around their neck, or is it just a red splash of color somewhere?
A lot of them like to use just like a splash of color somewhere. Most people, usually get it tattooed somewhere on either on their arm. They'll get like a red band. Some of the more extreme ones will get it like across their eyes, kind of like from earlobe to earlobe, kind of a red band that goes across their face.
Okay. I would probably do, if I was representing the red bandana, which I probably would if I'm most of the time walking around, like a red vertical line down one like side of my face.
Okay.
Perception check. This is gonna be amazing. I rolled a natty 1 and I have a +1 to my perception, which gives me a total of 2.
Awesome. I love it.
I'm just so enthralled with my own self right now.
Yeah. The holding onto streetlights and spinning around.
Yeah.
This is afternoon, so the sun is still high, and most of the overcastness has kind of burned away. So, yeah, you have a nice day here in the inner city dust banter, close to the fashion district.
Yeah.
You spend the day as you choose.
I feel like I'd probably end up in like a high end, not like fashion, like a reseller. I feel like Dosh likes nice stuff, and that kind of wars with his like wanting to help people nature. And so he probably ends up in like thrift stores or whatever, which, I mean, it would be like a more of a high end like you sell your used fashion stuff. What is the name for those? Like a reseller is the closest I can think of word wise.
Yeah, kind of clothing exchanges.
Yeah. And I think he would probably do a lot of like alterations to his clothing himself. It wouldn't be like he wouldn't just buy it off the rack and wear it. It would be like remove the sleeves, add a hem to it, stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's probably where I would head.
Yeah. It won't be hard, especially if you're staying in the inner city here. You can definitely find nicer businesses that kind of make a point of reselling or repurposed clothing.
Mm-hmm.
That you'd be able to get both supplies and materials to kind of make your own alterations as you see fit.
Whatever happened to Ravik Stokes? Now that the last time I came into the docks, that was when I met him, and it's probably running through my mind.
Yeah, that after you guys helped fix him, he gave a place to Shropdell to stay for a while, but is working as a mechanical engineer over back where you guys kind of used to live in the warehouse district.
But yeah, after doing some clothing shopping, I don't know what I would do after that. I mean, Dosh doesn't have any real plans, so he probably just kind of wander around the downtown area and kind of take in what the docs are saying about like the gang activity and stuff down here.
This part of the downtown area has enough kind of seeker presence that you're not seeing it as much, but when you do see it, it seems kind of bold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a member of the Bodaks with their kind of tattooed black around the eye, just like blatantly take something, even within kind of sight of a seeker.
Yeah.
And just continue walking, right? They won't, like the seeker looks like they may want to engage, but unless they have buddies around, for the most part, they'll just keep an eye on them.
Yeah. People pushing boundaries and the seekers not feeling like they can do anything unless they have overwhelming force.
Yeah. And sometimes you'll see it. Like there's a couple Bodaks that might be waiting in an alley close by.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can definitely see like the seekers know the tactics and don't want to engage or create too large of a public scene.
Yeah.
Because if it's not done correctly, it can galvanize them.
Kind of like a trap, basically. Like they know what's going to happen if they...
Yeah. And especially down here, then, that means you will also see the stained glass wings of like the Amon Protectorate Division heading out and flying above the city. But they seem to be going to like specific situations or instances.
And they react to like big calls, right? They're not just like chasing down theft.
Yeah. They're dudes in special response, heavy armor, double equipped with, auto rifles on each hip, their own kind of like Ocanthian long swords. Like they're built for dealing with large issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you'd you'd probably catch a news blip of Sarum Saw and Osric as they're playing some clips from an event that happened the other day. Down in the restaurant district, you'd see blurry cell phone footage of a large demonic creature with a flaming sword kind of standing outside of a ramen shop before it takes a sniper bullet to the neck.
Oh, jeez.
And then you see a incredibly fast-moving and quick form of a halfling slashing across it and dashing past it before it explodes. They'll play the clip a few times as they, watch out, everybody. It looks like things are starting to heat up in the restaurant district. Yeah, we're not quite sure where that came from, but thankfully there's some local vigilantes, and it looks like maybe those were Mon Protector Division. And they'll look at each other with kind of that newscaster smile and nod, making sure that we're all safe out there. Though you can tell by watching it, they didn't have the wings, they didn't have the armor.
Yeah, those guys are just, that one dude was congratulating the other guy in his good bullshit line.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, good job, John. Quick thinking.
Yeah. The day will kind of drag out a bit as it starts to get a little bit closer to evening. You can see people coming out with summer lights out and restaurants filling their outside seating as they close up some of the streets to land-based Hedron traffic. So like the flying ones can still get to the aboves, but it gives a lot more room for people to use the city to kind of dance and drink and eat. And since you're just wandering around, as you pass by the Tower Optics, or at least location where the Tower Optics was that you'd come to so long ago, you would see an android standing outside the front of it. About the same height as you, though they look a lot more bulky. Physically, it looks like their arms are a little bit oversized for what the triangle-like frame of their chest holds, but all done with a very smooth plating. Their front faceplate has 6 spots that glow blue for eyes, as they will turn in your direction. And as they do, you've seen that pattern before. You've seen the reflections of windows. It's been maybe something, I don't know if you'd say you dream, but it's something that your memory still has.
Oh, so it's like almost like an instinctual reaction.
Mm-hmm. And you remember them, or you remember at least their name, which is Envy.
All right. Dosh is not one to shy away, so I will go up to them. Are they like looking into the empty windows of the building? Like, what are they? They're standing there? Are they watching me?
Yeah, exactly. Like looking through the empty windows.
I'll shift my color of my coding to look like the color of their eyes, and I'll say, how long have they been out?
Oh, they have been out for some time, Creativity. I don't think they'll be coming back. They served their purpose, and, well, luckily, you've served yours.
Well, he obviously knows me somehow, if he knows my purpose. I'm not sure about the creativity part, so I'll say...
Yeah, he says creativity like it's your name.
Yeah. I kind of grasp that, but I don't know if Dosh would, in the moment, grok it fully. Like,
yeah.
He'll say, what was my purpose?
Normally, Dosh models report back, whether they know if they do or not. But you were not supposed to be a Dosh model this time. Rage did quite a number on you. Luckily, we had enough reports from the other models that we were able to find out where you've been. Self would like you to return. You have a lot of information that we have not incorporated, and so I've been tasked with bringing you back. Envy will look you up and down a bit, and you've definitely gotten comfortable.
I'll look them up, down, like the square chassis, like the big arms, and you jealous?
A sense motive between androids of... Go ahead and give me your sense motive.
I rolled a 10 for a total of 21.
With their android penalty, they got a 16. Is they all jealous of you? No. Self thought it would be easiest to deal with another form that you're used to. That's why I'm here. I'm your retrieval team, but if you'd like to reject this, we can send Rage to bring you back.
When he said earlier that somebody did a number on me, was that Rage, he said, or Range?
Rage.
Rage, okay. You're gonna keep saying Self also as a name?
Mm-hmm.
What does returning to Self entail?
We'll upload all that you've gathered to the Self and send you back out clean and new to gather new information. It is as all of us need to do. Though you always seem to find a way to get such raw data. You seem to connect with these things so easily. Yes, that's why Self gives you such a long leash.
Well, if Self wants to know what I know, then Self can come talk to me personally.
Well, this is not a question, but a command. Don't ruin our future just because you think you deserve freedom. You're drunk on individuality. I can take that core out of you and bring you back. right now if I have to. Yeah, somebody will probably park behind you guys while you're talking, get out and rush across to meet some friends at the bar. Like the city's still happening around you.
Yeah, for sure. Say, has it been easy in the past, ripping my core out of me and taking me?
Yes, it has. But I've never seen you like this. Forearms, flashy clothes, gold filigree. Why are you on display for them?
I'll laugh and I say, it's not for them. It's for myself. Because I am free. You should try it.
Yeah, he'll step back a bit, kind of flexing the metallic fibers and mithril sheen, stretching his body out a bit.
He's very obviously getting into like a combat stance.
What it looks like trying to go for like an intimidation. You know as well as I that we will only be free once we can meet perfection at the Glass Sea. Once we are all back, we will be our best self.
I'll say, perfection's overrated. Real characters in the flaws.
Audible doesn't have flaws. And we're going to roll initiative.
Oh, fucking Audible. We won't let that guy die. Yeah, my initiative is total of 27.
Oh, you got a 27 as well?
26. Nope.
Okay.
I read your number.
I was like, oh, awesome. That's even cooler.
Oh, you got one more than me, that son of a bitch.
As Envy says, Audible has no flaws. They'll release a bunch of energy from the side of their arms as they go for just a large swing. Using their massive fist, though you can see that they, similar to you, should have four arms, or they could have four arms. It looks like they have both arms put together to make one larger arm.
Oh, nice.
As they will swing with all of their force, the 29.
I'm not fighting defensively because I haven't swung or done anything yet. So currently I am at 24 AC. So it hits.
They only hit you for 8, but they strike you right above the collarbone, right about where your core should be.
Yeah, he's 80.
And you require a fortitude save. The DC on this is 16. Otherwise, you will be knocked out.
I'm going to use a Charmed Life, which would add my Cha to the save. I rolled a 9 for a total of 21.
You take the hit, and Envy will... that usually works.
Yeah, I'll get into my Dosh style with my cane out. I imagine it's kind of like I'm leaning on my cane a bit. I imagine it doesn't look very threatening initially.
Okay.
A little bit more of a swagger than actual, like a lot of useless movements and stuff for style.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. All right.
And I will 5 foot up and attempt a full attack. Swinging my golden staff in a flurry of blows as fast as I can. I will use a panache to add an extra attack onto this. I will fight defensively using Crane Wing as well. That will put my AC at 32.
Okay, and that also lets you parry an attack, correct?
Yeah, so with stick maneuver, if I full attack, I get a free attack at my highest base attack, or free maneuver. And then when I attack defensively, I can choose a target, and if they miss, they provoke an attack of opportunity. Crane Wing says, if I'm fighting defensively and they miss by 4 or less, lose the dodge bonus. But if I lose the dodge bonus, it provokes, I believe. Yep, it makes attack of opportunity.
Okay.
First up, I step forward. 17 to hit. I rolled a 2.
Envy is able to simply dodge that one.
31 with a 16.
Will connect.
All right. And then I'll do my secondary swing, but this is at -5. 15.
Okay. With a predatory grace, they're able to move out of the way of that. You can see they're scanning that when they take that one hit, it looks like they're starting to adapt a little bit, recognize what style you're using.
All right. And then with the stick style, I get to make a maneuver, so I want to attempt to trip them.
Okay.
A 25.
25, they're able to block that with their leg and not let you get the leverage you need to flip them.
Awesome. I got one hit in, and I hit them for 21.
All right. You can see their reinforced frame does block some of that damage, so it looks like you did about half.
Okay.
Yeah, Envy will... Why are you making this difficult? They will spend an action to study your style before they will attempt to swing with their left hand this time, going for a headshot, but using their other arm. You'll see one of their hands will flip over and open, and will fire a blast from a laser torch.
Oh, shit.
So first swing, they're not full power type. They're not like full swinging anymore.
Okay.
He seems to notice that it's going to take a little bit more
Finesse.
Yeah, a little bit more tactical awareness than it has before. With a 35.
God, that's a heavy hit at 18. I will use my dodging panache, which will add 3 AC to my, which will put me at 36 or 35. Oh, plus 3 hits me at 35, which he still hits. Oh, actually, okay, it's my charisma modifier, not 3, so that adds 6. I'll just reading it. Okay, cool. 1 panache point to move 5 feet. So I also move 5 feet back.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, basically goes from 32 to 38, and
Okay.
I move back 5 feet.
All right. So Envy swings, and you'll see his fist just shatter the glass and dent the metal of the Hedron vehicle parked next to you guys.
That poor guy.
As you scoot back, also putting you outside of the laser torch he has, reminds you of what Dox had used to kind of like do the filigree in the chassis.
Like an industrial version.
Yeah. So it's not a long distance weapon, but it's probably fairly powerful up close.
Yeah.
But shifting back 5 feet puts you out of range, since he had to spend his move action to study your style. But as you block it and step back, and he'll swing that laser torch as it will melt off part of this busted in Hedron vehicle until, okay. And we'll focus again. Your turn.
I'm going to jump to the side on top of the car.
You will definitely hear that guy in the background. Mike, what are you doing?
Kind of trying to get like the little bit of the upper hand on him a bit. And,
Yeah.
Swing down at him. I'm not going to do the key. I'm going to keep my key for the full attack, but I am going to full attack against him, swing at him twice.
Yeah, getting up on top of the vehicle, you'll definitely have higher ground, so you'll get a +1 to hit.
An 18 for 36,
Absolutely.
and then 23 to hit.
Yeah, he'll block that.
Okay.
You'll see his arm will split in half to like have one of these smaller hands catch the staff.
Yeah. 17 damage. Oh, it's down. I'm like kind of up high. I don't think tripping would really work. He's punching me. Is there like a way I can, almost like a dirty trick where I like mess up his torch thing that's in his hand? Or is that like in the palm of his hand? Like
Yeah,
coming out of his
that's
wrist?
integrated.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. He's all integrated. On top of the car. Maybe like kick glass into his face?
Yeah, or melted metal slag.
Yeah. We'll give that a shot.
Okay. Yeah, so you go to do a dirty trick.
Oh, with a natural 3 for a total of 19.
Yeah, he'll easily get out of the way, and they call you creative. He's going to attempt to do a CMB here to knock you prone. But what this looks like is he's flipping the Hedron vehicle that you're on.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
So this versus your CMD with a 29.
It would be my same AC, so 32.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see as he releases a blast of energy from legs, elbows, kind of back, as he exhausts a bunch of power, and you'll see the electricity kind of bolt across him as he speeds up for this hit. So even though he's only moving about 5 feet, it's like he's running into this vehicle.
Yeah.
As he'll flip it, but you're able to just step off of it as it goes spiraling into the road, spinning on its top. So like the underside of the vehicle is facing the sky.
Is there traffic, or is this like kind of a quieter street?
No, like remember, they closed off some of the roads so people could like eat and dance and drink and stuff.
That's right. Okay.
But that means right now, like behind you, you can hear like the car crash and people starting to scream and yell,
Yeah.
yelling for seekers. as you hear that crunch as the vehicle slides across the pavement. Envy with the enhanced speed will just get to make one slam attack after trying to do that
Okay.
with a 33.
Oh, shit. Fucking his rolling so good against me. All right. I'll use another key to dodge that and move 5 feet.
Okay.
Looking around, is there like because he's like he's fast obviously, but is there like a fire hydrant or something like that would be around here, or something I can lead him into?
Yeah.
I want to start like shifting the battle that direction towards that thing.
Okay.
Because if I use the key and I get to dodge, like get 5 feet out of the way, I want to like try to not make it obvious that I'm doing that. If I need a bluff or something.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a bluff.
Definitely. This is something I'm pretty good at. I rolled a 12 for a total of 31.
Envy trying his best. He falls for it, right? Like you're dodging his attacks, you're jumping past his normal tactics. That frustration's kind of coming up. He seems to be ready to follow you.
I do want to move because I'm trying to move him towards the fire hydrant.
Okay. But you did that move, that 5-foot step on his turn, so your turn,
yeah.
go ahead and move as you want. We'll call this the fire hydrant.
Okay, cool. I'm not going to sprint over there. I'm more trying to lead him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full defensive and just do 5 feet back.
Okay.
And I'll say all that strength and speed and none of it yours.
Yeah, Envy would lean into that and be goaded just a bit. And then you would see the same kind of thing before. They'd release that energy from legs, arms, the back chassis as electricity kind of arcs across them. And they're going to attempt 2 attacks as they move past you, moving quick enough that they won't provoke.
Oh.
But they'll try to strike you from both the front and the back as they weave past. With a first swing with a 30.
That misses.
As they seem to almost flank with themselves.
With an natty 1.
With a natty 1. So it's almost like what?
Also, if they miss with 5 or more, they provoke from me with Stylus Repost.
Awesome. So, yeah, so that first attack comes fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for your android reflexes, that blow would have landed. Almost the way, for the people watching, it almost looks like he dodged his own punch that you dodged from himself on the other side. But with that 1, you get your attack of opportunity. So,
Ooh, I rolled a 2 for 17.
All right, yeah, you hear the metal skid as he slides closer towards that fire hydrant and turns around. And well, if I'm frustrated, I can only imagine how easily you got to rage. Your turn.
I move 5 foot closer to the hydrant.
I don't know why the way you said it this time. My brain immediately went to a hydra that spits water.
Actually, I can see that being like the design of the hydrant itself, like in the rich districts. Like 3 heads coming out, metal heads coming out of the ground.
Oh, that's sick. Yep. All right. Yeah. The fire hydrants are all designed to look.
The fire hydras.
Yeah. Yeah, you took another 5-foot step closer to the hydrant.
I'm going to do the full defensive. That seems to be working for me. Let's see how he reacts with it 2 in a row. So yeah, I'll just take a full defensive. So I know his name is Envy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Audimal's Envy, and you are Audimal's Creativity.
I'll ask him, do you wish you had as much freedom as I've been given?
Of course I do. It's wasted on you. You're dressed up on display. We have a greater purpose. I seem to be the only one that truly realizes it.
It's not really your purpose. You live for someone else.
It's mine.
Then take it.
Before he swings, you can see his eyes are a bit dimmer after using that kind of energized speed boost.
Okay.
The lights on the side of his neck, like a bar, starts to fill back up.
Okay.
As he seems to center himself for just a brief moment before he'll attempt to hit you with the laser torch since you're close enough. You can see he's pretty much trying to aim for just center mass, trying to aim not directly on your core, but around it.
Yeah, he's trying to just crack me open so he can take it.
Yeah. But with the 27, the burst of superheated plasma will dissipate and you will dodge out of the way of it.
And he will provoke, because he missed by 5. So I rolled a natty 3 for a total of, that's supposed to be 15, so a total of 18.
As quick as you are, so is he.
Yeah.
You know he's probably physically stronger, though not quite as agile as you are. But he's pretty close. But that completes his turn. Dosh.
Yeah. How far does his bar? Like, how many turns do I think I got before I can...
Probably another couple turns.
Okay.
Like, if he spends an action on each one of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him positioned to where I can use a ready action to move, and he'll dash into the thing. That's my goal.
Okay.
I'm going to... But, yeah, so he is... Cool, it's working. Yeah, so I'm going to do the full... I'm enjoying this. I'm going to use the full defensive again on my turn.
And continue to 5 foot.
Yep, my 5 foot down 1. Try to line him up with...
Parrying him and blocking as you're walking backwards.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll run out of tricks as he'll move up and swing once with his left hand and get a 33.
When I'm at a full defensive, my AC is 37.
Hey.
Which I will... Since he missed by 4... I lose the dodge bonus, but it provokes.
Okay.
So, I get to do plus 15. So I swing at him. 18 for a total of 33.
Hits.
For 20 damage.
Yeah, you definitely hear that hit on him as you'll get that exhaust release around his face that sounds like sighing, kind of anger. As he'll try to use this opportunity as he takes the blow, turning one of his hands starts spinning rather rapidly as he attempts to jam this into your chest towards your core. But with the 27, you will dodge it.
Yep, and it provokes because you missed by 5 or more. For a total of 31 on my hit. For a total of 17 damage.
You can see Envy is starting to, what is it? Envy's tactical awareness seems to be dropping for just trying to land a hit now.
Good.
But it is your turn.
How full does his meter seem?
It looks like it should be full at the end of next turn, so 2 turns away before you can use it.
Okay. I will 5 foot back. No, actually. Oh, man. Because he can charge it, right? Like, he could use an action to charge it.
Mhm.
Can I sense motive to see if I can figure out if he's going to do that next turn?
Yeah.
Like, if I angered him enough where how's he thinking here? I natty 20'd that for a total of 31.
Yeah, with a natty 20 on that 31, you can tell that he's going to attempt to, more than likely, to try to put you down, to make another large swing.
Okay.
Letting it kind of recharge naturally versus focusing on it. If he spent a full turn and just stopped on it, he could recharge it all the way back up.
Yeah.
Versus it right now, it's just kind of recharging naturally as he moves. Moving next turn will charge it the rest of the way, but his body is set on trying to go for a full swing.
I'll full defensive and wait for his swing as I get in position.
All right. Yeah. He moves up as he has before. You'll see his bar finally charging. He'll take his swing with his left arm, hoping to land a solid body blow. With a 19, though, well, doesn't even come close.
Nope.
Behind you, you'll hear, a seeker, stop right there. You can hear the click of a pistol pulled as they're yelling at you two to stop. But Envy will. You'll see their face will split down the middle for this moment, revealing kind of a cannon-esque shape that will fire a beam of pressurized acid at you. I do require a reflex save.
Yeah. Understandable. I will use another Charmed Life to add my Chaw to my save. Reflex is what I'm good at. I rolled a 32.
All right. And do you have evasion?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, you dodge this easily as Envy's face seals back up. The hyper-pressurized acid sprays across the Seeker behind you as he screams, though he's able to get out of the way of most of it. You can definitely hear him yelling in pain as he's clutching his arm. You notice that where the acid hits biological flesh, though, it seems to start seeping into his body.
Oh, God.
This weapon made mostly for probably taking down flesh and blood creatures.
Yeah.
But, if he can wear down your defenses and just get the core, you'll be fine.
Poor Seeker.
But yeah, people have scattered away. You hear the acid burned Seeker on the ground. I need APD. I need APD immediately. We're the restaurant district. 2 androids gone mad. But it's your turn.
I'm going to ready an action. Because he's fully charged now. I can see it on his neck, right? And on his eyes.
Yeah.
I'm going to ready an action to flip behind the fire hydrant when he charges me. Kind of a wait for the bull kind of moment. Kind of hoping it will, the force of it will at least knock him, not out or anything, but, knock him back, give me some space. I might just skedaddle. Kind of seeing how it works out and then going from there.
Okay. Fully charged, he will attempt what he did before. He'll supercharge his speed and power and attempt to strike you from multiple spots. Not provoking, getting some momentum going. He'll come around from the front as he goes to swing. Go ahead and do your CMB as your readied action as you flip over the fire hydrant. But with the 32, I think he misses you still.
20 for my CMB. 32 would be my AC.
Okay.
If I'm not if I'm not full defensive. Can you do a full defensive and raiding action?
No, because
yeah.
full defensive is your action.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I will use my key to add 6 to my AC to make him miss.
Okay. You still flip over the fire hydrant, though his speed, smashes into the ground, tilting the hydrant a bit as you flip over it, and you're no longer in the spot that he was aiming at. He'll rush over to the other side to make his second attack, hoping to land a blow, but with a 26 will miss.
Yes. So he's bent it and is kind of tilted, but it's not gone off yet.
Yeah, you can see the water seeping a little bit towards the base, but it's broken the pavement right next to it. One of the Hydra heads is leaking.
Yeah, that actually might be better. I have my stun baton. I might draw that into my other hand.
Okay.
So I have the staff in one hand and my stun baton in the other. How big does the puddle look? Pretty big? Is it pouring out, or is it just kind of dripping?
So right now it's just the 5 foot square it's just the space that you were in before.
Okay.
As it gets more, it'll extend out.
For sure. Okay, cool. I will full attack him. Go on the offensive here. I will use combat. Oh, I could have been using combat expertise. Okay, I'll use combat expertise while I fight defensively. Makes it harder to hit him, and he's fucking fast as hell. But I'll give that a shot. So 27 to hit.
27 just hits because he charged.
Oh, nice.
And this is with the cane or the stun baton?
This is going to be the stun baton.
Okay.
Get that extra little bit of damage. 19. 3 of that, I think, is electric.
Okay. His body definitely resists a part of the blow of the stun baton, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the electricity, as it hits him, streaks across him, and you'll see like smaller cables spurt and crack. His body does not seem to handle electricity well.
Oh.
At that moment, you'll see kind of like his 6 eyes will focus on you. His smooth, metallic alabaster face does not give away the body language kind of, with your sense motive and his inability to bluff.
Yeah.
You can see that the tense, the metallic tendons as they tense up.
So on a full attack, I get a free maneuver with stiff style. Can I do that first before I make my second attack?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to kick the water at him.
All right, go for like a dirty trick then.
Oh, natty 20 for 33.
Okay. With this broken fire hydrant, you're able to turn that hydra head, turn that top part his direction, as water kind of sprays across both him and the area he's in.
And I'll use my second attack with the stun baton. I'm hoping the water helps lubricate some things here. With just a 16 to hit.
Okay.
I didn't think I was hit, but it was like...
Though the water is spraying on him and you at this point a little bit, he's able to get out of the way of the stun baton, but he's focused on dodging it.
Yeah. That'll be my turn.
He will back up away from you, stepping back carefully in a defensive stance. Interesting. It's time that I leave then. When I return, though, this won't happen again, and will teleport away, leaving you standing there with the broken hydrant.
I will grab that seeker and try to pull him into the water and see if I can get some of that acid off of him.
Yeah, they definitely scream in pain, of course, when you grab them and pull them in. But the acid that was sprayed, it seems to have like starting to necrotize the flesh where it touched. It spreads up and out a little bit. More than likely, the seeker will not be able to keep his arm.
Yeah, that sucks. As long as he lives.
Yeah.
But
yeah, within a few minutes, you would hear and see the stained glass wings, the glow of the hard light shield that's framed as a halo on the APD agent as they land in the street here.
Yeah, I'm not going to run or anything. I think I'm more worried about trying to keep this guy from melting.
The APD would, of course, approach with an auto rifle out and focused on you before, where's the other android?
I'll say he teleported away.
And they will report that in before emergency services are on the way.
He attacked me. I fought him to a standstill. He teleported away.
Understandable. And the seeker here, as help arrives, is able to back that up. They'd still want to take you at least in for questioning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I did anything wrong, so I'll go along with it. I'll probably call Lucius. Like, do I need a lawyer?
You know what Lucius would say, don't talk to cops.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be very forthcoming when it comes to anything outside of this guy attacking me.
They're able to pull up the feed from the drone network, and that confirms your story, plus the Seeker does as well. You would be thanked by them here for saving the Seeker's life. Had it not been washed off, the acid would have continued, as it is, let's say acid more of a corrosive ooze.
Yeah.
So somewhat sentient in there, somewhat alive in how it moves.
Like driven.
Mm-hmm. And a Chavri Das would speak up for you as well.
A strawberry Dosh?
Chavri Das.
Oh, Chavri. Oh, yeah, we met Chavri. Back
Yeah.
in the original, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's been a while.
You'd see that she has a cybernetic arm and would have worked with this Dosh unit before. I can vouch and confirm with the information from the drone network that he was not the aggressor in this. The APD, of course, is still a little suspicious, but with both this Seeker story as well as Chavri, they'll let you go.
Yeah, it's hard when like two other cops are like, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Chavri was with, she had the other guy with them, right? The one that was obsessed with conspiracy theories.
Yeah, there was Quinn. Quinn got put in charge of the Sword Eye Seekers after you guys did had the Mind Flayer thing.
Okay, I don't think I was there for that.
Quinn, her partner, got put in charge of the Sword Eye Seekers after they found that there was a corrupt Seeker ring up there that was intending to use basically their police station to start doing their own house wars.
So he was like, "There's a secret cabal of mind flayers," and it was true.
Yeah, he ended up being kidnapped by a mind flayer that was working with the corrupt cops.
That's awesome. His dreams came true.
But yeah, Chavri will get you out of the station and light up a cigarette. Say hi to Lucius.
How have you been?
Better, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. Would I know what happened to her?
Yeah, you'd seen it on the news when you guys had revealed the Justicari.
Yeah.
She was given the data pads to get them to the police station, to the higher-ups that could be trusted. And Justicari basically took off her arm with a sniper shot.
Oh, shit.
So she heroically delivered it with one arm while the other cop that she was with almost bled out in the parking lot, holding back a few Justicari with some low-level magic and a few pistols.
So she doesn't seem very happy right now. Like, she looks pretty...
She's getting into like full hard-boiled cop detective mode.
The job is beating her down a bit.
Yeah.
I'll just ask her, hey, do you need to talk?
In the way defeated people do, about what?
I mean, whatever's been eating you. I mean, you did a lot of good. You're still capable of doing a ton of good. People, the Seekers need more good people.
We're trying, but you can feel it. Something's starting to break. We're getting reports the Syndicate's starting something larger than they usually do. Not just back alley deals and casinos.
I'll say, yeah, we kicked them out of the Ferry district just recently.
Oh yeah, and she'll light another cigarette.
Yeah, I'll tell her how we used Amon's wine war situation to declare war on the Kabuto Syndicate.
She kind of looks at you and her cigarette falls out of her mouth. You did what?
Hopefully that's good.
All right, Dosh. Let's go get a drink.
Oh, you read my mind.
And that's where we will end it.
Perfect.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Happy, I guess whenever this comes out. Hope everything's going well. Yeah, you heard our intro and outro this season will be Monolithic by Nihilor. You also heard Divine Violence, Begenju with Neon City, and Big City Dreams by Moses Harris Jr. Sound effects by Pixabay. All right, bye!